Welcome, gamers! It's Ron from Gamers334 here with Matt and Austin.
Hello.
Hello.
Holy shit, the lag on that. So anyways, Matthew's playing Sonic Adventure, and me and Austin are along for the ride. The horrible, horrible ride.
It's not horrible, right?
Yeah.
This game is a masterpiece. Perfection. That lip sync was on point.
It's always.
So, the Sonic Adventure games, I love them. They are hot garbage. I love them. We were playing this on the Steam re-release of this from like a couple years ago.
This is a Steam re-release?
Yeah. Whenever they ported it to like the PlayStation, Xbox, and shit like that, they also ported it to Steam. Actually, I think it was just PlayStation, Xbox, and Steam.
You think they could have done like a 1% graphics rework?
Huh, okay,
They
can you
did-
turn this game down a little bit, please?
It's down
Did they
to
really?
10. Yeah.
You gotta have to turn it down more, because in all honesty, I'm having an issue hearing Austin at all, and he's at 200%.
I think you can just turn this down.
I've tried. I can't.
Oh, well, it's down to 4 now, and I can barely hear it.
I can't hear the game at all. Well, I can a little bit.
Maybe there's an option. I hate that it pauses.
I'll turn up my transmit volume.
Can I unfocus this person? No, I can't.
How about now?
Change my stream volume.
Yeah, you're
Is that a little bit better,
yeah.
Ronny? Cool. Cool.
Which means then I'll just turn this back up.
No, see, here's the thing. I was turning down on my volume mixer, and that wasn't working. I mean, it was working, but I'd have to turn Matthew up. But when I turn Matthew up, it turns this up.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I fucking remember this from like so long ago.
Yeah, because we usually played the second game a lot. So, I was initially going to like run through all of this, by the way, and for recording like all the alternate missions to get all the emblems. But then I decided, you know, the side missions in the first game are all like basically, motherfucker, all samey,
There goes a
and it's
perfect
literally just beat every stage 3 times over again with like a minor difference in gameplay. Unlike 2, where there's actually like some different objectives. We'll do the chow race though. Show you just how bullshit the chow race can be.
Hey, I'll play with you some other time.
Wait. Okay, there we go. Hey, you big drip, where you going?
Come on, you
Oh,
big
fuck.
drip. Where you going?
I did. I
Got it
failed.
wrong.
You gotta restart?
Yep.
You know nothing, fool. At least it's not like Dreamcast style, where Sonic is actually a fucking
You know
puffball.
nothing, fool. It's chaos, the god of destruction.
Jesus Christ, that was really laggy audio. I guess it's a
No,
stream.
I just think that's just how it is. It's like I said, I love this game, but it's hot garbage.
Huh?
For instance, I mean, granted, it was like
Tails?
new hardware,
Watch
I
out,
suppose.
You're gonna crash.
I don't know how early this game came out in the Dreamcast's life, but
I actually believe it came out like midway through it. I want to say.
Now, what am I gonna do?
well, this version was the DLC one, because the Dreamcast actually had like an online eShop, I guess. Yeah, an eShop where you can like buy shit in like DLC. Like this version of the game is actually literally DLC, whereas the GameCube one was just both of them put together since the GameCube didn't have internet. It could have. Actually, I think it did for if you had like a certain adapter, but it didn't have an eShop.
I remember it tried to utilize a lot of what the Sega Dreamcast was known for, which, in all honesty, because of how bad the system did retail-wise, not a lot of people saw this game on the Dreamcast.
No. Which is a shame too, because there's actually a couple of things in Sonic Adventure 2 that you can only get exclusively on the Dreamcast version, which... No,
Big
well,
the
yeah,
cat, right?
So Big appears...
But it's on
Big just
PC.
makes like cameos in every stage in Adventure 2. There's actually like, you know those narrators that you get that allow you to like change who's like saying the different menu options? There's one for Maria.
Yeah. No, but isn't Big the Cat only
No,
on the Dreamcast?
he's actually in the Steam version, but he wasn't in the GameCube version. But
Yeah, that's what I meant.
what's it called? Maria is actually one of the the narrator voices in the Dreamcast one, which is pretty cool. Like you can get Omo Chow, you can get Amy from like the ring shop in the Chow Garden, but Maria is exclusive to like some event they did, I guess, on the Dreamcast.
The game was really ahead of its time on the bestiality.
I know, that's Sonic 06, and we don't like talking about that one. I really love even if this game is also hot garbage, the music's awesome. I don't understand how games can manage to make like some companies can manage to make like some of the worst games ever, yet somehow their music is like on par. Like it's either they're
I mean,
yeah.
to be fair, Sonic has been like a thing for a while, so they've had like their music set up for a minute, and they've kind of, like, you know, like they've had probably the musicians and like the people doing that. They probably have the same people for the last like 25
that's probably
years.
true. But
Okay,
I always
so-
just noticed that like if a game is really bad, the audio tends to be pretty good.
It will take you to panels 2 and 3.
Yeah.
I gotta make it up.
So from what I can see, I believe this was actually a launch title in the United States, because this game came out on December 23rd, 1998, and the console came out November 27th in 1998 in Japan, but it didn't come out in North America until September 9th of 1999, so this was probably one of the first release titles for the American audiences.
Yeah, it was probably a
Wow.
pretty early launch title for it as well. I mean, Sonic's their poster child.
Oh yeah, oh I mean, it came out less than a month after the system came out.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would think that this might be considered a launch title, even though it came out a month after.
Yeah.
Hey, Sonic! Long time no see, huh?
I'm just glad you're okay.
Yeah.
Jesus
It's
fucking
weird too,
Christ.
because like the lip sync feels like it gets better later on in the game.
Pilot could just crash like that.
Like in the beginning of the game, the lip sync's really bad, and then later on, it feels like it gets so much better. Like it's definitely for its era, has like the poor English dub syndrome,
Thanks, but you gotta check out my new.
where they don't even try to sync it up.
Ta-da!
I mean, it's kind of hard to sync it up when you're only given so many frames. It's not.
Chaos Emerald.
It's hard to explain, but like back then, it was not necessarily a top priority to sync up a voice with the mouth. I mean, they tried their best, yes, but it wasn't perfect.
I don't know. I'm just saying, it definitely is like an example of its era.
Something I've gotta show ya. It's in the
I think that it shows that like
by train.
their mouths open a lot more when they talk. Specifically, I think it's because they were trying to like make it look like they wanted to sync it up, so they made their
Oh,
mouths
it was
bigger.
just synced
You know
for
what I mean?
Japanese audio. I don't think they changed it for
That's they.
English.
Yeah, that. But like, yeah, for the Japanese audio, like, or their mouths are like they're very big when they like open up. Like, not even for like.
I don't
the
even
last
know
words.
what the audio sounds like in the Japanese version. Honestly, I've never. What's it called? Never heard it before. Never looked it up.
Neither have I. It's been so long since I've actually played
I
this
wish
game.
it would be longer since I've last played it. After doing like all emblems, on both Adventure 1 and 2, the amount of time that I've put in between them, I wish was a little bit longer. Especially since I actually plan on doing most of like the side missions in Adventure 2 since they're different. Like, I'll probably skip out on recording the 100 rings on Adventure 2, but everything else is actually like worthwhile showing, which makes me upset. Especially since I have to A-rank all of it. Oh, I guess I don't have to A-rank it. I can just show the last of the stuff on my file that is 100%ed. Save time.
Damn, this brings back so many memories.
Yeah. I remember in elementary school whenever me and Austin played this, we'd fucking trade memory cards and like grind out each other's chows.
Yeah. You had like the
Yeah.
fucking Game Boy thing too, so we could move over there and
Yeah,
get the
we
rings
would
faster.
fucking switch back and forth between.
We would play this
Advance.
Adventure 2 and the GameCube and like the Game Boy version. We would play all three of those for like chow
we
rings.
would
and
like
shit.
grind out the first stage in Advance 1 for rings, and then transfer a bunch over at once. And that was before we knew about the duplication glitch by selling an item and then resetting the game. Because
Oh yeah. That's it's
it
so
only
perfect.
worked because the chow data and the game data were separate.
See,
So
one
whenever
thing-
you sold something, it would save the main game data, which kept the rings, but reset the chow data.
One thing that you guys didn't get to deal with that I did, and I didn't do it to the fullest to the extent, but apparently was also really buggy, was on the Dreamcast they actually had those little these little cards you would actually plug into the controller, and you were able to transfer a chow to it and do extra stuff with your chow outside of the game.
Interesting. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
that's something
Really?
you could do too. That's what we were talking about for Advance. Like, you can actually transfer a chow to like the Sonic Advance game, and like, there wasn't anything else that you can really do with it besides feed it special fruit that gave it like more stats.
Yeah.
But
Well, no, this was almost like a mixture between Sonic and Tamagotchi. Like, you could actually play with this memory card thing.
Oh.
It was like a small, handheld device that was like a another game system, pretty much. But you could only do so much with it. It wasn't that advanced.
Well, that wasn't
it
so
still
hard.
sounds more advanced than Sonic Advance. How did he know that Tails was walking up with the Chaos Emerald? It's literally behind him.
It's not there now. Oh. You notice how he's now facing the opposite way? Now the opposite way again?
And also not sunk into the ground. Like, literally the difference between Adventure 1 and Adventure 2 is insane in terms of, like, programming progress. Like, when did Adventure 2 come out, Ronnie, after Adventure 1?
Give me one moment. I can look that up for you.
Well, because I only remember one real time where there's a desync in Adventure 2, and it's I'll make you eat those words.
Well, Adventure 2, like, isn't as, like, loose is the easiest way for me to describe it.
It came
'Cause-
out in 2001, June 18th, so actually about 3 years after this
Yeah,
made
so
its debut.
they've had plenty of time to hone their craft.
From what I saw, I believe they only worked on Sonic Adventure for 2 years. I think that's what I saw. And if that's what I saw, then they had 3 years as opposed to 2, which means they were able to smooth a lot out. Plus, they probably learned a lot from this. Apparently, this was actually one of the first attempts at creating a Sonic game like this.
Yeah. It was their first
Well,
Like 3D.
no, there was a Sonic 3D, but it was more
that was
clunky.
less 3D and more isometric over the head view.
right. It was 3D top-down view as opposed to like this. This is actually like this is more of a free camera, isn't it?
Yeah, for the most part. There might be a couple of points where you hear me bitching about the camera. It took me a second to realize that my L&R buttons are on not the actual L&R buttons, but the Z buttons. Also, they use a lot of remixed music in this game. I can't remember if this one is from one, but the next theme in this stage is actually from Sonic 3D Blast. Funny enough that we were talking about it.
Huh.
It's the very first stage music in that game. Actually, this game uses a lot of music from Sonic 3D Blast. Like, it's kind of insane. Make it go!
Proud of you.
Thanks, Dad.
In case you guys didn't know, this is my son. Yeah.
My daddy's younger than me.
I'm not gonna lie, when I was little, these stages weirded me out.
Yeah.
This stage was the hardest stage for me as a child. I just couldn't understand it. It was too
tornado
much going
section.
on.
It's also fucked with me.
Yeah, it's specifically the tornado part.
Well,
Yeah.
as a kid, my dad always taught me when I play video games that, hey, maybe you should look around. There might be something you need to find or something you need to, like, you know, get to complete the game. So stages like, actually all of this game, to be honest with you, I used to play stages over and over because I kept trying to find new shit and I just never could. Because, you know, you fly through it.
Yeah.
See, when I was a kid, I just ran through everything, but like I only really developed like I played through a stage like 40 times in a row until I get it the way I want to get it now. Like when I play a game like this, you know. But like recently, that's changed. Like not when I was a kid, I didn't play through games like that.
I go back and forth. It just depends on the series, or it just depends on my mood for the day. Like, for instance, Metroid is usually like the one series where like I go really back and forth on deciding whether or not I want to 100% the game or just play through it. And usually I like doing 100% just because the game's just really rewarding for going through the game and collecting a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
See, I really can't play through Dark Souls without like 100%ing it because like I'm like, well, I need everything.
What is 100% in Dark Souls? Is it just killing every boss?
Okay, I mean, if you do speedrun, yeah, but like by 100%, I mean get like every item. But getting every boss is 100%, but I mean like every item. So like that includes every boss because like the boss was are in that. But
because I got tired of hitting control and I'm actually not 100% positive I was hitting it the whole time I was talking at all those times, I decided to turn off push to talk.
Called it.
That's
Fucking called it.
push to
it
talk was a
was,
bold.
and I'm hoping it paid off. I'm hoping that everything went through.
Well, if it doesn't work, I actually have some. Well, me and you played World of War before. I don't remember if you remember when I recorded it, and it didn't record my audio, just yours. I'll just splice it like a fake voice.
It's not even like not even
It's
related
just,
to the
it's
game.
just like
it's
an
gonna be
hour
like,
of you talking.
Fuck, I'm down. Austin, revive me.
Yeah, I have a ray gun. Oh, I got a ray gun.
Also, get this door.
Also, this stage is probably gonna be fast forwarded
Hello, lag.
because it's
Oh, I thought the game just
hello,
crashed.
hello,
Hello?
Hello?
hello.
Welcome back.
Man, he's alive.
Lagged
Like a
little
lot
bit
now.
there.
Oh no. We good?
Maybe.
I think so. Yeah, I think we're good now.
But yeah, this episode is either or this this stage is gonna be either fast forwarded or we're gonna have to have some pretty decent quality audio because it's Casinopolis.
Oh,
I don't
God.
care.
Oh God.
I
got
think
this,
I
you
remember
got
my
this.
cheese strat for finishing it. Also, the time it takes to charge that up is awful as well.
Do you know how long it took me back in the day to figure out how to do that? I'm not proud of how long.
It had to have been at
Maybe
least like
2
an hour or
days.
two. Like,
I'm not kidding.
man.
When I used to play these games, I didn't listen to what they wanted me to do or how to do anything.
I
just
didn't
ran
either.
around.
I just kind of figured it out.
no, I just ran around.
Hit the button? Am I not hitting the button?
You're like, wow.
Hold on. Hello? You're... Alright.
You're bad.
Because, yeah, that's supposed to hit the button, and I remember being able to just hit the button through the wall. Oh, it looks like it's farther back than I've missed it. Sonic?
Hello?
This is the crystal ring. This reduces the time needed to store power for the light speed dash.
Oh, that'll be useful.
I never remember getting that.
I don't
I
remember
think I
either.
might
I
have
just
tried.
found it. I just found it and then never figured out what it did. And it is so fucking useful because it literally is half the speed. All right. So hopefully, all right. So the strategy in this is go into any of the pinball things. Nope. Just
Ah, Sonic Spinball. I remember this. Oh, I remember. I used to love playing this. I would actually get to this point and just. You have one ball left, Matthew.
yep.
Play pinball. I think his strategy is to lose.
Why?
Hold on. Hold, please. One more. There we go. So if you don't do anything, you get sent down here. And there's
Nice.
a fuck ton of rings that you can gather. And you need like 300 rings to do the stage, and it resets every time you do it.
Oh.
So instead of spending like 40 minutes doing goddamn pinball, I can just do this.
What is the point of the stage
Huh?
to do pinball? Is the stage
Yeah,
the point
well,
of the
the
stage
point of the stage
pinball?
is to gather a shit ton of rings
Not
and
really,
then
but-
deposit it in order to
Yeah,
get the
yeah.
thing. So, fun fact actually, and I learned this through watching like, oops, thanks, that was watching speedruns. There's actually, until you get the right amount of rings, there's actually an invisible wall preventing you from getting to where the Chaos Emerald is.
Really?
Also, I like how if you lose without like doing anything significant in a pinball thing, they send you into the garbage pit, effectively just calling you trash.
Yeah.
Down further. Please.
I'm gonna have to shoot fits.
Game. Alright, fine, whatever. But as long as I don't get hit just before the end, I should have a decent amount.
Way to jinx it.
I really don't remember this part of the mission.
Well,
like,
this is
holy
also
shit.
where you go for the Tails side. I'm not going back to that. The physics are way too hot garb for me to want to do that. If I can get that invulnerability box, the middle of those fucking spinners are also an active hitbox, so I don't want to get. Okay.
Nice shit.
Stop shaking. Ugh. Anxiety inducing. Especially whenever you have to finish this and deposit rings. But I don't think I have enough. I think you need 300, which kind of sucks. Because I'll have to do that or legitimately pinball. Let's deposit these rings first, though.
Oh, I remember this.
It also
do too.
sucks
I
too
love
because
this.
like being someone who fiended over the Chow Garden, having to deposit a shit ton of rings that I just collected felt real bad.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
wish you got them back.
All right, so I just need about 60 rings, and I'm actually going to do the thing. Yeah.
Play
What is
pinball.
it? Okay, Eleanor. It took me a second to remember. Please. I don't want this stage. This stage legitimately can
Oh my
take
God.
fucking 10 minutes, and I really would like it not to. Well,
You're bad at pinball.
all right, that's it. I'm shaking the machine. Sonic, please.
Damn, dude. Stop
Going
shaking
back to the
machine.
garbage pit. I already gave up on. things.
Holy
Nice.
fuck.
Wow, you could've done
Because
that
I
the whole
didn't realize
time.
that was possible. Ooh. This should be the end of the stage afterwards.
I missed that.
I'm losing it anyway, and all I needed was 60. Yep.
Do you lose all of them? Regardless? Oh, wow.
Now something that could have taken anywhere between 10 to 20 minutes is now 5 minutes. I missed the bubble shield.
It's okay, you already got one.
I know, but I was just like, how did I miss the bubble shield? Hi, Tails. I apparently have an active damage hitbox that hurt Tails.
Bye,
Tails is gone.
Tails.
Alright, Tails.
Got another 233.
Yeah, like I said, it's the best way to make money in the stage is to get tossed in the garbage chute.
Trash.
Yeah. So yeah, after you hit 300, the invisible wall that's at the top just disappears.
Huh.
And you end the stage with 0. I mean, theoretically, you could just do that over and over again after you have the wall gone and just get a shit ton of rings and then come back. But I don't care to do that. I don't need money in this. I've already done all the Chow Garden stuff I need. Stop!
Yeah, I'm getting that too, Ronnie.
Stop!
Man.
Too bad you guys don't have my audio.
Oh no, the Chaos Emerald!
Oh no!
Oh, no, you don't.
Oh no. Oh shit, that's gonna be next! Yes! Oh, it's after Ice Cat.
Eggman.
The oh no.
Eggman.
Oh man, what happened to
Have you guys gone and
I have
seen
not
this new
actually.
Sonic?
I have not either.
I wanted to, but it was one of those things that I just didn't do.
I guess Eggman's got
Yeah, I
one.
really wanted to go there and
But
like
the other
support
one,
because I
see?
read it the whole movie,
That
but I
guy
didn't do
must
it.
be desperate.
that? Means his 2 to our 1, and that's not good. Come on, Sonic, we need to get busy.
Grebe! Screen? Oh no, I don't like that. They also did like, and this is a thing that I notice a lot with Sega games, is that they do a really, like you can see the seam, like you can see the water in the background. Like they don't do texture
Yeah.
stretching, like they do like literally the bare minimum that they needed to for placing the objects down, and that's why you clip through a lot of the walls in these games, is because the objects don't always meet up. Like in the first stage, after I had like done the launcher after like the little beach area, I was so afraid I was gonna clip through the fucking floor because it happens almost every single time, and I was just silently thinking in my head, don't fucking get owned, don't get Sega'd.
Sega.
I kind of wish that they released Heroes as well. Heroes has grown on me as a game. Like initially, I didn't really like it as much because it wasn't like Adventure 1 or 2. Mostly, it didn't have a Chow Garden. But whenever I played it to 100% it,
Yeah.
it grew on me. Oh, 100% it to actually complete the game. It grew on me.
See,
Is the
I really,
picture real blurry for you, Austin?
it is a little
I don't
bit,
think I can.
but we have
I can't.
Matt's audio that on his side and his gameplay, so it won't be
Yeah.
laggy and everything, so it'll be fine. It's just like
Yeah.
it's just a connection issue.
All right, so if I do this right, I can.
Um,
I don't remember the last time I've actually done this stage right. It's that one, I'm pretty sure.
You going for that thing on the right?
It's this one, but yeah. I don't remember the. I think the first thing I did in this game was that not correctly. So there's another thing that I can do too, but I accidentally hit B and completely fucked it up. So I guess I'm doing this section normally.
Yeah.
I think Ice Cap is probably my least favorite, at least Sonic stage. I think you do Ice Cap 3 times.
I think my favorite one. Is the one where you go back in time with Knuckles.
See, I never made it that far. I spent most of my time running around doing stupid shit.
You've never like, you've never
No.
beaten this game?
I just played it. I ran around. I had fun just running around as Sonic. I could care less about the game.
Dude, all I did was spend most of my time with the Chows. Like, that's why I liked the Chows in Sonic, but they spoiled us because now every other Sonic game that comes out, they're like, oh, they don't have Chows. Like, I don't want to play it.
It's like the only thing that Sonic players want. They want more 2D Sonic, and they want Chows in 3D Sonic. They could care less about the gameplay of 3D Sonic. They just want Chows.
Bring back the fucking small Game Boy things for Chow.
Tiny Chow Garden.
Dude, they could easily do that on, like,
With the technology we have, they could do it with an app.
the Switch. They could do a phone game, yeah, but they would
Not
lose so much
really.
money on that.
Either make it so that
I mean,
people
like-
can either grind out with time or spend money on it. That's literally every other phone game.
A fucking Chow gotcha game.
Yeah.
Dude, can you imagine?
You
But, like,
got Hero Flying
there would
Chow.
be, it would be fun. You have a Chaos Chow.
An Eggman Chow.
Ultra rare.
There actually were like Sonic and Shadow and Tails and Knuckles Chows, but those were actually, I found out, the Sonic and Shadow ones were ones that you can
They had to
legitimately
reincarnate,
get in the
right?
game, but like the Amy and Tails one were actually like event things. I found out.
Did you like the Sonic and Shadow ones took like you had to get reincarnations
so.
of the Chows, right?
I
Something
think
like that.
I can't remember specifically, but I'm it's pretty sure like the Sonic one was like a neutral run Chow, and then the Shadow one was just a dark run Chow. So the Shadow one was significantly easier because all you could do is just spam it with the run. Well, not dark fruit, but
Dark
so
fruit?
another mechanic that I learned of is that whenever you give a Chow objects, depending on which side they're on, will make that Chow more influenced. So like, if you keep feeding a Chow stuff with Shadow, it'll make it a dark Chow. And
Oh, yeah.
same with Rouge and Eggman.
Yeah. Well, you could do that thing really easily where you could like duplicate the items in the Chow Garden in Adventure too. Or like if you set it down on the
Oh,
Chow
yeah,
in the right
that's
spot
right.
when they were sitting still, like you could keep the
Yeah.
pet.
That's so finicky to get done though.